5 years before they became teammates in Toronto, RJ Barrett and Scottie Barnes were two of the most decorated high school basketball players of all time. In fact, RJ played his final high school game ever against Scottie Barnes, and the results were not what you might expect. First, let's paint a picture. This is RJ Barrett, the Maple Mamba, a Canadian superhero who was a senior at Montverde, committed to playing at Duke, son of Canadian basketball royalty Rowan Barrett, the American Family Insurance All-USA Player of the Year, Naismith Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year, and Morgan Wooden Player of the Year. He had a big resume. He was the number one ranked player in the nation, playing for the number one ranked team in the nation, flanked by a talented backcourt duo of Michael Devoe and Andrew Nembhard. RJ's Montverde team was stacked from top to bottom. Head coach Kevin Boyle, who coached the Eagles with players such as Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, opined at the time that the 17-18 Montverde Eagles might be his most talented team ever. On the other hand, you had Scottie Barnes and Vernon Carey leading the university school, a team which had started out the season unranked but had risen to third throughout a dominant campaign by Barnes and Carey. Scottie's Sharks had beaten the number 2 ranked Oak Hill, while Barrett's Eagles had bested Findlay Prep to set up an all-Florida national championship. If people didn't know who Scottie was at the start of the year, they were certainly about to find out. First, a quick word from our sponsor. The Pendance Film Festival is happening February 22nd to 25th. It is a celebration of international films. It is a brilliant film festival in its 7th season. Prior to the COVID pandemic, it was the fastest growing film festival in the world. What is my affiliation with Pendance? What are they paying me to say this? Well, I am Pendance. I'm the festival director and founder of Pendance. It is my baby. And if you love great films, if you have a film lover in your life, this is a worthwhile event for you, happening in downtown Toronto at the Carlton Cinema. February 22nd to 25th. Make sure to check us out. Link is in the description below for tickets and passes. Tickets will go on sale soon. Passes are already on sale. Let's get to this.
8 assists. He impacts the game with his versatility and competitiveness. He signed with Duke, and he's with Taryn Petrolino right now.
Here we are with University's Vernon Carey Jr. and Vernon. Not many people expected University to be here. What does this moment feel like for you?
We're just taking it all in. We're just trying to finish it.
A monster and has been here at the Geico Nationals.
Montverde unbeaten on the season, wearing the gray. University school game the last 2 years.
6'7" with great length. The ability to push, and his greatest asset, to deliver the rock.
By halftime, an Andrew Nembhard layup pushed it to 35-26. Halftime was not pretty. Barnes started out the third quarter by hitting a corner 3. As Raptor fans know today, Scottie Barnes is known for dominant second halves, and he was not about to let his team lose. On the next play, just seconds later, Barrett showed some stage presence, hitting a 3 of his own. Not to be bested, the duel was on. Barnes went down the other way to hit a layup. Unfortunately for him, he came down awkwardly on a teammate's foot. Ever the warrior, he stayed in the game. He didn't quit, but with Barnes now favoring his ankle and the score 31-38, the Eagles sensed blood. Closing out the third quarter, the score had ballooned to 41-59 before Scottie drew a triple team and found Vernon Carey open for a 3. The fourth quarter was more of the same, but Scottie did not go down without getting a technical and some few choice words in for Barrett.
Whether he's 4 for 10 or 9 for 10, whether his team has a lead or they're behind. And he has that special trait to give it his all the time. Sounds simple, but I don't see a lot of guys that play hard every game, every possession.
The Maple Mamba ended his high school basketball career with a national championship, completing a resume which already included a gold medal with Canada for the U17 FIBA Championships. The commentators, who were clearly familiar with both players, spent most of the fourth quarter commending Scottie's effort in the loss, painting a very bright picture of his future. Barrett was the better player on the better team that day, and before Zion Williamson and Ja Morant blew up, he was the projected number 1 pick in the following year's draft. And ironically, it was Scottie Barnes himself who transferred to Montverde to effectively replace RJ's vacant spot in the front court the following year for the Eagles, when he went on with Cade Cunningham to form what many call the greatest high school basketball team of all time. Barnes and Barrett have a complicated history. They would both go on to have impressive collegiate careers at Duke and Florida State in 2019 and 2020 respectively. And both would go on to become top 5 picks in the NBA, Barnes going 4th to the Raptors and RJ going 3rd to the Knicks. Over the years, they've spent time guarding each other, and RJ even had this huge buzzer-beating dunk over Scottie Barnes less than a year ago to send the Knicks to overtime. Just a year later, they're teammates for RJ's hometown Toronto Raptors after the Raptors traded Scottie's best friend on the team, OG Anunoby. Scottie, for his part, doesn't completely seem to be over it.
I think that defense that he plays is something like I had a similar teammate that had the same type of defense. Those guys, they're unselfish. They're playing hard each and every single game, locking into our game plans. They're helping out really well. Those guys can score the ball really well. They're playing great on the defensive end, and we're getting our flow really well.
Iron sharpens iron. Two former McDonald's All-Americans, gold medalists, prep school legends, both of whom have taken their share of media backlash. Both have had highs and lows. RJ Barrett was seen by many Knicks fans as a bust, and Scottie Barnes, after winning Rookie of the Year and becoming a media darling, spent most of the 2022-2023 season becoming the media's whipping boy for a disappointing season north of the border. RJ and Scottie still have bright futures and a lot to prove in the NBA, and alongside 24-year-old sharpshooter Emmanuel Quickley, the trio could become the building blocks for the Raptors' next championship, sparking We the North, Part 2. If you're a true Raptor diehard and you're looking for a place to go after every single game, make sure to join our community, hit subscribe. We do post-game lives after every single game, 600, 700, 800 people. We had 500 people at 2 a.m. last night, just chilling, talking. It's a one-of-one type of show. We take your call-ins. You can hear from fans. You can get my analysis on it. Make sure to hit subscribe. Peace.